G'day, how you going? Ian Harris from Australia here. Now this video is for beginners out there who want to learn how to paint a real easy basic sky. Something that's going to look good to everybody and all your friends. So I've just got a stretch canvas here. It's probably 400 by 250 or 300. It's just a canvas, it's not a panel board. Panel boards will get your blending different than a canvas. It's better to blend on a canvas. Got my water bottle, I've dampened it, I've got some white paint over here, and I'm going to use retarder in the white paint. Right, I'm going to get my 2-inch brush from the hardware, I'm putting some retarder down there, I'm getting my flowable white paint, I might put a bit of water with it as well, doesn't hurt. This paint's going to spread a lot better than structure paint. So I've painted this canvas pretty much all white with retarder in there, okay? Now do you want this to be a sunset sky or a night sky? It doesn't really matter. Let's do it say a sunsetty sky, okay? So we've got our white base paint on there. It's been sprayed. That white paint has retarder in it, okay? Alright, the next colour I'm using a yellow, just a simple basic yellow with retarder in there. And we'll start, let's say down here. We'll get the yellow onto the board. I've gone that way with my brush and I'm going to turn it that way as I bring it up now. So, because I want that to come up to, I'll wipe a bit of that off the brush. And blend that up to nothing, okay? That's what I want. We'll get that down here as well, because, you know, we could have an horizon here, it doesn't really matter. Now let's clean this brush. Now I've got some red, I'm just using crimson red. I put retarder in there. I sprayed it with a bit of water because it's a sculptured paint, it's pretty thick. And I'm going to come from about here down into there, so red and yellow should make an orange. So I've got the side of the brush there, now I'm twisting it down as I come like so. I'll get a bit more paint on there. Twisting it down, and I want to blend it into that yellow. And then I'll come up into nothing there again. Blend it into the yellow and probably a bit down here. And the next colour I'm going to use with retarder in it is Phthalo Blue. I've just got Phthalo Blue, so I'm going to get it at the top. Get it all the way across the top. And then pull that down into the red. That'll probably give us a little bit of purple as well. Into that red. Muck around with your blending and get it till you're happy with it. And if you want, I don't know if we should or not, probably put a bit down here because this is going to obviously have some water in it. Now that is wet. Okay, let's have a look at that. It's still wet. Everything's blended nice. Alright, I've got my hog bristle fan brush. Now, sometimes things are not in real life, but on a painting you can add them there to make it a bit more artistic. So instead of this just being a boring sky, I've chiseled the white paint onto my brush. This one doesn't have a retarder in it. I want some sort of mist there, so like I've done before, let's put that on, get a clean brush to blend and blend that into a mist, twisting around, mucking around as you go. This is just something different in the sky. So we've got a bit of mist there. Clean the brush when you're doing mist. Okay, load up the white paint again so it's not dirty white paint and put some over here. That'll do it. Now let's blend that. Blend it into the blue. There's bits of red, purple under there. It's going to pick up all them colours. That's just something artistic to have in the sky, okay? Now we'll put our clouds on. I'm going to clean that white brush again. And then I'm going to get my white paint without retarder, and we'll put some clouds in there, okay? The clouds can come up from the red and the blue because it'll pick up all them colours. So I'll leave that bit of mist there, and I'll put, say, over here. And we're going to blend this down, okay? Nice and soft. Find that pressure you can get to blend. Bring it down. See, I didn't have to dirty that white because the paint that's on the canvas is already doing it for me. Now we've got one layer of our cloud there. Clean our brush again. Get some more white paint. Let's put another one here. Let's blend that. Blend that down. So we're leaving the area in between to create one cloud in front of another. And blend it down into the atmosphere. Clean the brush. And get some more white paint. And I want something over here. Chop, 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 chop. Get him down. Swirl it around. Come down into there somewhere. Now let's get that blended. We'll blend this. Blend that. And bring this into the atmosphere. Now what I like to do is put some flatter clouds that are usually in the distance. So we'll get some more white and we'll put that there. I better clean the brush. Get that there. We'll bring that down. This is just for an easy cloud formation for beginners to do. Let's do some on the other side. Say about here. Blend the bottom of that down into the atmosphere. I'm grabbing some good quality white paint. This one's a structured paint that's very thick. It's not as soft as that flowing white paint. We've cleaned our fan brush again. Now we're getting that white paint, that structured one. It's got a little bit of water in it. Oh, you can see the quality of that. This is going to blend down into that yellow. And bring it down into the atmosphere. Just probably swoop some of that up if you want, if those edges are a bit more on this side. Just jab your fan brush and pivot it away to nothing. You'll get used to doing your own formation of clouds. This is going into an atmosphere, or the atmosphere of the... And I want to just get some atmosphere here. So I've just jabbed some on, and we're going to blend that down. So you can see some easy cloud formation there, okay? Now what you can do, that's just a basic, simple sky. Let's define this mist I had in the corner. It's not quite there. It sort of disappeared. I'm going to turn this into mist. So we're blending, twisting your brush, manipulating it in a way just so it looks misty in the sky, some really distant mists. Okay, that was so easy. Now I'm ready for some kind of foreground on the front of this. So we've done all our blending. I'm going to dry it with my hairdryer. Right, the painting is in the middle, it's a bit empty, right? So I want to glare that up a bit. So I'm going to grab some of that structured white and just kind of put roughly where I think the horizon line would be. Let's hope it's not too... Blend that into there. Okay, that's blending just right. Now we're going to get a knife and darken our horizon line up, okay? So get a clean knife and scrape some, let's just use white paint for this demonstration. I just want it. This is going to act like a shimmering waterline in between our foreground. I hate using knives though, I'm not that good at it. But I suppose the more knife work you do, the better you would get at it. Alright. So I've sort of put something in the middle now, okay? Now we're getting a picture somewhere. This is just coming straight out of my head. I don't like doing it out of my head because I don't know how it's going to turn out. But now we're just going to put a foreground in front of this basic sky I've been teaching you how to paint, okay? So what I've gone and done, I've just got some black on my palette. I'm spraying it with a bit of water. This is all dry now. I'm not doing any blending. So I want this black to stick to that, okay? So in my mind, I want it coming down like a V, so I put this there, so I want to sort of come up here, like this, in front of it all, coming down like a V, just like that. That's all I want. Now we'll stamp that with black. It's not wet enough. See how it's not going onto the canvas properly? So I've wet it now, it's going right on there. Now if all that paint under there was still wet, it'll be turning this black into mud. Now we're going to leave the top of this all whispery and feathery. I'll just show you what I mean by that. See how I'm dabbing it on, and this edge is all whispery and feathery, okay? Alright, now we'll get the other side on. So I virtually want to come across and bring it up. It's like looking through a void somewhere, I suppose. And we'll get all this painted in there. You could use any brush for this. I'm just using my big blending brush because it's the one I've got in my hand at the moment. Get it a bit more wetter. And now we're going to just whisper and feather the edges of this as well. Now we're going to dry that black. Now I've got a brush I want to use that I'm familiar with to do my scenery stuff. So I've got some yellow green. I'm watering it down enough for it to spread from the brush onto the canvas. And I want to go just above the black with this. I don't want it too thick though. So let's get that on there. Try not to kill too much black. So what we're doing is pretty much stamping it on, and this has gone and created depth into this forefield, okay? Use whatever brush you want. I'm using this just for the tops, and then I'm going to change to another type of scenery brush. So I'm going to get this pretty much, see how light I'm pressing that? I don't want to press it like this and you've got big hard edges here. You want this thin as buggery out there. Okay, so I'm going to do that all the way around the edge of it, moving it around so it's not an even pattern. That'll do. Now I'm going to change brushes. I've got another type of scenery brush here. I'll wet it up a bit, and I'm getting the same yellow-green, and this way I want to stab lengthways stuff into this black. It's just changing the pattern of the foliage on this black foreground, okay? And we'll bring some down as well. See how easy this is. You can learn, once you've done a painting like this, you can look at it and get an idea how to do a better one and a better one and a better one. See, I've got to make sure I don't kill too much of the black. But see what that's done? It's made a big, thick, green, grassy dune there in front of the ocean. That's what we've got. Now, you can leave it like that, or we can go and highlight it. Now we're going to highlight this with some yellow. So what you can do, get your stampy brush again, practice on a bit of paper. See how thick that is? You don't want it thick. You want to train your brush up again and then find that temperament that you're looking for. See the two differences there? So we're going to just highlight. Now let's say, okay, the sun's obviously there. We don't want to highlight the whole lot of that. We just want to highlight the bits coming over, okay? And maybe the infield coming in here. So let's just highlight that with some yellow, where it would roughly come through the dunes. Maybe like that. How's that looking? Okay. Now, iron it out a bit so it's not too blotchy and uneven. Okay, now we'll just highlight the tops of these because this side is away from the sun, okay? These are little things you'll learn as the more paintings you do. So we're going to highlight the tops and come around. So stuff it, get your brush and pretend you're highlighting the other side and then come around. Oh, I'm coming over the hill. Load it up again. See, I've dried this green and this paint is going on it. If it was wet, you can turn it into mud again. Like painting wet on wet. Now see what that's done? Now I probably shouldn't have come all the way down there, so we'll start from about here. Come over that hill. It's so easy. Work out if you need more water in your highlighting paint. But that's good enough. Now what we'll do, how's that looking? Not too bad. It's a bit ugly there. I'll get a bit of green back in there because I've done too much. And a bit of black. There, I just panel beaded it. Okay, now we'll put the lightest of white. Okay, our light source is beaming through here. So what I've done is I've got a bit of yellow and white on the same brush, and we just want to highlight in there. That's not too much, just like the slightest. Okay, now we'll do a slight bit at the top of those dunes as well, just the slightest. And on the other side. Less is more. That's it. Just a grassy dune in front of some water there. So see how we've created this brightness in the middle? It's always a good thing to have some white in the middle. When I was in Chiang Mai with Len Hen, he told me that notion, a good painting always has a light source in the middle, not way on the edge. Okay, now that's done. For a beginner, you can leave it like that. You can add a tree, an old fence, whatever. A basic sky with a simple foreground in front of it in acrylic, using the retarder to get some blending going on. There's no moon, there's no great detail in it, just simple clouds. Okay, I hope you like that little exercise for you beginners out there. This is Ian Harris saying subscribe to my channel, like my videos and share them around. Don't be shy to share them. Yous help me sharing them while I'm helping you show you how to paint. It all works both ways, okay? All the best, goodbye, good luck, and good on ya.